States. Lagos State government organizes retreat for accountants to enhance collaboration and governance. Minister orders contractor to stop work on Shagamu-Ikperu Road over poor quality. And the foreign team, Israel strikes Syrian capital Damascus over violence in Druze area. And in sports, Nigeria tip tennis star Aaron Okodri and other top players in Africa get tough draws in first round of 2025 World Championships in Qatar. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos government has organized a 4-day retreat for accountants to enhance collaboration and governance. Commissioner for Finance Abayomi Oluyomi emphasized the dual significance of professional development and team bonding. The commissioner, who was represented by the special advisor to the governor on taxation and revenue, Abdul Kabir Ogumbo, described the retreat as a unique opportunity to reconnect, rejuvenate creativity and reinforce teamwork among financial professionals. He noted that the theme of the retreat, excellence in teamwork, collaborating for success in public sector financial management, underscores the importance of working collaboratively and purposefully to strengthen the state financial systems. Chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Finance, Femi Sahid, described the accounting manual developed for use by all accountants employed by the Lagos State government as a document that will attract serious investors to the state and further portray Lagos as a business-minded and forward-thinking government. In commemoration of the 2025 World Malaria Day, Permanent Secretary of Lagos State Health District 5, Dakpo Ashiyanbi, led members of staff from the agency and a health sensitization and awareness walk to educate the public on malaria prevention and treatment. During the campaign, which took place across key locations in the district, Ashiyanbi urged Lagosians to prioritize proper medical diagnosis before taking any malaria medication. He emphasized the Lagos State government's commitment to protecting pregnant women from malaria. He explained that all pregnant women who register for antenatal care at primary health centers or government hospitals are entitled to receive intermittent preventive therapy at least twice or thrice during their pregnancy, free of charge. Ashiyanbi also stressed the importance of maintaining clean environment as the rainy season approaches and outlined key preventive measures such as the consistent use of insecticide-treated bed nets and indoor residual spraying. He called on all Lagosians to play an active role in the fight against malaria, reminding them that prevention is a shared responsibility. The Lagos State Task Force has impounded 139 motorcycles as part of its continued effort to enforce traffic laws in the metropolis. Chairman of the Lagos State Task Force, Adetayo Akirili, said the move would curb activities of recalcitrant motorcycle operators who persist in violating the ban on certain roads, highways and bridges across the state. Akirili reiterated the state government's commitment to ensuring the safety and security of all residents, as spelled out in the Themes Plus agenda. He urged Okada operators to adhere strictly to the laws governing their operations and also called on members of the public to cooperate with law enforcement officers by reporting violations and desist from patronizing Okada operators for their safety. The enforcement operations were carried out in Alakija, Yanoiba, Ableadu, Agric Bus Stop and Ojo Barracks, areas of the state. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has directed that work should stop on the 12 kilometers Shagamu-Ikperu Road by the Shagamu interchange on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Minister of Works Dave Umahi gave the directive during an inspection tour of road projects in Lagos and Ogun State. He expressed displeasure at the quality and speed of work on the road. He gave a 7-day period to the contractor handling the project to remedy the situation and remove the stone bays. Umahi also directed the contractor to bring in the right milling machine and the right mixture of stone bays. Sokoto State Government has reaffirmed its commitment to improving healthcare delivery with the launch of a free cataract surgery initiative in collaboration with the NMPC Foundation. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony held at Bruno General Hospital, Commissioner for Health Faruku Abubakar announced that 200 patients suffering from eye-related conditions are expected to benefit from the program across the state. According to Abubakar, the initiative, which includes 100 free cataract extraction surgeries in the Sokoto East Central District and another 100 for patients in Sokoto Central and West, is part of the state government's broader strategy to combat cataract and glaucoma. The surgeries in Sokoto East will be conducted at Wunro General Hospital, while those in Central and West District will take place at the Specialist Hospital in Sokoto. Representing the NMPC Foundation, Zainab Umar emphasized that the effort falls under the Foundation's corporate social responsibility to address critical health challenges across Nigeria. And now to foreign news. Israel says its fighter jets bombed an area next to the presidential palace in Syria's capital, Damascus, as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to protect the Druze religious minority following days of deadly sectarian violence. Netanyahu said the strike was a clear message to the Syrian regime that Israel will not allow the deployment of forces south of Damascus or any threat to the Druze community. There was no immediate response from the Syrian government. The spiritual leader of Syria's Druze, Hikmat al-Hijri, has condemned the violence as an unjustifiable genocidal campaign against his community and called for intervention by international forces to maintain peace. The Syrian government has deployed security forces to the areas to combat outlaw groups, which it has accused of instigating the clashes. And Foreign Minister Asad al-Shaibani has also warned that any call for external intervention under any pretext or slogan will only lead to deterioration and division. The Israeli military has already carried out hundreds of strikes across Syria to destroy the country's military assets over the past 4 months. It has also sent troops to the UN-monitored buffer zone between the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights and Syria, as well as several adjoining areas and the summit of Mount Hermon. And in some sports news, Nigeria table tennis star Quadri Aruna and other top players in Africa have been handed tough draws in the first round of the 2025 World Championships, which will be played in Qatar from May 17 to 25. Aruna will begin his campaign against Brazil's Victor Ishii in the men's singles, just as his compatriot Olajide Omotayo will take on Brazil's Leonardo Lizuka in the first round, while Moise Adegoke and Matthew Kuti clash against Belgium's Adrien Rasenfosse and Poland's Samuel Klusi. Other fixtures involving African stars will see Egypt's Mohamed El Belali take on Sweden's Anton Karlberg, while Omar Assar will slug it out against Croatia's Frani Kojic. Benin Republic's Koku Fani will face French sensational player Alexis Lebron. Tunisia's Wassim Assid will clash against Spain's Juan Perez, among other fixtures. In the women's singles, Nigeria's trio Hope Udoaka, Joke Ojomu, and Fatima Bello will battle Brazil's Giulia Takahashi, Sally Moyland, and India's Manika Betra, among others. The tournament will be held at the Lusail Arena and Qatar University Sports Complex, marking a full cycle movement for Doha. That was our news at 10. Just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration introduced the Lagos Economic Acceleration Program, LEAP, to reduce the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on small businesses. You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has organized a 4-day retreat for accountants to enhance collaboration and governance. The federal government has directed that work should stop on the 12 kilometers Shagamu-Ikperu Road by the Shagamu interchange on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway of a poor quality. And we also told you that Israel says its fighter jets bombed an area next to the presidential palace in Syria's capital, Damascus, as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to protect the Druze religious minority following days of deadly sectarian violence. In sports, Nigeria table tennis star Quadri Aruno and other top players in Africa have been handed tough draws in the first round of the 2025 World Championships, which will be played in Qatar from May 17 to 25. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. Beautiful morning to you.